It's your boy Gage. Here with a quick LS News blip with the homie Sin and the homie Jokes.
What's happening?
Yo.
Look, the time has come. It is upon us. Zack Snyder's Justice League is live today. We've all had a chance to check it out. So we decided we might as well just jump in here before we go live again tonight for cutscenes and just have a quick discussion about what we saw, what we thought, how we feel about it, all of that jazz. So I'm not going to start with you, Jokes. I usually start with you. And when I say I just want your overall impressions, you start breaking down individual joints and taking like 20 minutes. I don't have that kind of time today. What we're going to do is, you know what I'm saying? See if I say A Sin. What's your overall impressions? You know what he's going to do? He's going to give me a word, maybe 3, max. Sin. Overall impressions.
Cool, too little, too late.
Cool, too little, too late.
I had to double check. Okay. Cool, too little, too late. That's fair. What's up, Buck? Hey, listen, when we do these news blitz, we probably won't keep the chat up. If we keep doing these, we might, but
right.
I appreciate you being in the chat, Buck. All right, Jokes. Let's see how you do. Hey, Jokes, overall impressions.
Satisfied.
Okay. Are you really
Satisfied?
I like that. What's up, Marcus? I see you in the chat. Marcus said he still got an hour left. Hey, listen. That's my overall impressions. Too long. The joint's too long. And
one of my points.
I'm gonna put this in a box like this. Justice League War.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do Justice League War
in an hour and 15
framework
minutes,
you did it in, it should not take you 4 hours to tell this story.
I 150% agree.
It's just while this does. Listen, hey Ty, yeah, you getting ready to get spoiled. You better get up out of here, bro. We're giving our overall impressions, but it's not like, I don't even really know. I guess you can call it a spoiler because you've seen Justice League already.
Most of it,
know, basically what happens. There are some real fixes here, though. If you don't want to hear anything, Ty, I recommend you get
Go run.
Yeah. Because I have things to say. You probably won't like them no matter what they are. My man said 30 minutes of opening credits. Look. Okay, so let me start by saying this. They got a lot of my time today because not only did I watch this, I went back and I rewatched the original. And the original joint is garbage. I did what I said I was never gonna do. Hey, bro, the original Justice League, as it was released to theaters, is garbage, bro. It's so bad, and I knew it was bad, but like,
you have a different lens to look through it now.
Holy smokes, bro! It's so bad. It's so bad, bro. And look, I guess you try to give some level of leniency for somebody having to come in and take over somebody else's work.
True.
More, as far as I could tell, more than halfway through. You know what I mean? So you're kind of trying to stitch things together and tell a story that, makes sense. You're also probably trying not to make it 4 hours long. So, like, you got to cut somewhere. You got to figure out what you can cut and what you can't. They did a terrible job.
Cuts were bad.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what was already done. I don't know what kind of limits, Warner Brothers put on them. Like, we can't spend any more money, or we can't do this or that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But that first run is terrible. And this fixes almost every issue I have with the original version of Justice League, point blank, period. This is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
If this had been what they released to theaters, I would still have issues. My biggest would be, why is it 4 hours long?
The length of the movie.
Right.
I can understand that.
And I don't think they would have released it in a 4-hour.
No, they would have found a way to condense it down and then do
2.5.
They
two
would
and a
have
half.
the Snyder cut later.
Yeah,
like
2.5, 3 hours. They could have capped it at that 3 hour mark. I mean, kind of like in game, total different beast in itself. But
you take out all the slow motion scenes with the dramatic music, that chops out an hour right there.
I wasn't mad at them. I'm not even mad at those. Some of them slow mo. Some of them just
Bro, I'm mad.
No, don't get me wrong.
Bro, I'm mad.
Look,
every time Wonder Woman jump over something, they go to slow mo. What are we doing here, dog?
Look, I'm not lying, Jumps. I'm with you. Some of them, okay, pretty cool. But after a while, I'm like, hey, Lois is just walking down the street. Do I really need a 10-minute slow motion in this right now? Come on.
Real talk. Real talk. When you have, I'm gonna tell you something. I hate the Flash. Bro.
Hey,
I like him better in this movie, but I hate that dude, man. Like, it is such a bad representation of Barry Allen, what he knows, how smart he is, how his powers work, what he can do. It is such a bad representation. And I'm gonna tell you what, I was in Ronnie Roberts posted earlier today, man. He posted this gift, man. This lady running dog, and I was like, yeah. Why do they make him pretend he's running in slow motion? And then when you have that much slow motion in the movie, it takes away from what it looks like when he's running.
When he's doing it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to save that for him.
Right.
And there are a lot of inconsistencies with their abilities and powers throughout this film.
Oh no, that I can say.
Period. Rob in the chat says, I think if they cut out some of the slow-mo, you would have so much time. Yeah, you're right. The slow-mo is definitely overdone.
Done in certain places. Like, definitely that slow-mo in certain places was dope.
Right.
But it's just, but like, I don't. Hey, slow-mo that jump. That right there. We got to do that. Like, no, dude. We've already done it twice already.
There's something about, like, at this point, we've gotten, to a certain extent, we've gotten past the superhero pose, the superhero landing. You know what I mean? The need for slow motion. Like, if you're doing something that otherwise we wouldn't be able to tell what was happening, sure. You know what I'm saying? But, like, outside of that, most of what it is unnecessary. What I will say is probably my favorite thing about this is it's Darkseid. It's Darkseid. It is not only seeing Darkseid, but them really giving Steppenwolf like something to be working for and towards.
Yeah.
Bringing in the anti-life equation. Like, again,
he felt way more flushed out in this than he did in the
Here's the other thing.
Because I didn't watch the original one like you went back and did. I'm sitting and watching, like, I don't remember Steppenwolf being able to understand him and connect with him, or or any kind of level.
Steppenwolf was just trying to be an evil guy that then I don't think he had any direction on how to really be an evil guy.
I mean, they replaced all the so in the original cut of the film, in this cut of the film, when that first attack happens and all of Man and the Atlanteans and the Amazons all come together and there's the one Green Lantern and whatever. In this cut of the film, it's Darkseid. In the original cut of the film, it's Steppenwolf. It makes way more sense now. It makes way more sense now. It's just way better the way they've done it. Flash, they shouldn't even let him run. Yeah. Like, they should have just let him run and then cut it into slow-mo. Like, you have the technology.
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Like,
CW does it decently.
Absolutely.
Way better than what it looks like in the movie. And
they all right. So again, they do a little bit too much. I still have issues with Wonder Woman's abilities.
I can tell
she'd be able to fly.
Yeah, I can tell
she's still way too fast. Except she isn't anywhere near that fast. Like, nobody should be able to hit her with a sword the way she's able to move to stop machine gun fire. Dog, you're killing me right now. Nobody should be able to hit her. She should be fast. The only person who should be able to see her move is Superman. That's it. I bang with the black suit. I'm gonna jump out. I bang with the black suit. Superman, I do. Yeah, man. Listen, watching. They cut a lot of stuff I did actually like though. Like I actually like some of the humor that was in the original cut, which is
I was gonna say one of the best things about the original one was Aquaman sitting on the lasso that they took out.
Oh, I
was so upset.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was like, oh, they took that out. I said that was like the best part of the original film.
You made the movie 4 hours long and you cut that? I'd have took another 30 seconds for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're just, I can appreciate some of the levity that existed, you know what I mean, in that version. I can understand that in this version, Zack is trying to tell what should be a more serious, the fate of the world, you know what I'm saying, is at hand story. I love how much more fleshed out Cyborg is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Makes so much more sense now.
Yeah. Major.
You know what I mean? Listen. We didn't need Martian Manhunter, but okay.
Good to see him.
We didn't need him at all. It actually feels overdone and unnecessary. I do understand.
That could have been after credit scene. That could have been after credit scene that they could have let up with.
When he showed up at the end with Bruce.
At the
end. That would have been
just perfect. Dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you introduce yourself as John Jones? Some called me Nobody calls you that because nobody knows who you are yet. Like, what do you mean? Nobody calls you that. You don't have a name. You know what I mean? Like, it's him showing up to pretend that he's Clark's mom. That's just dumb.
That one got me.
Because I like that at all.
I was like, why? I get it, what they were aiming to do to get her back in the right. Like, I get that, but it was just the fact that it was just like, I don't want that one. Maybe it was the one that felt a little pushed in there just to throw him in there.
Yeah.
Because I
agree. Yes, I believe, he did pretty much cut anything Whedon touched.
Yeah.
I mean, and added in a bunch of extra. I mean, look, again, it's hard for me to decide about how I feel in terms of recommending this to people. Just because I think it's too long. I think if you decide to sit down, if you take it in the essentially 6 parts that it's broken into, you could do this almost like it's a show, and I think it would be okay. You know what I mean? Like, if it was broken up that way, I actually think it might even serve better if they break it up that way and treat it like it's a series and just do it, that way. Because I haven't been on HBO Max in probably, I don't know, it's been a few weeks. I didn't realize they added Justice League Unlimited. Hey, bro. Last night, I was on a binge, bro. I was on a binge last night, bro.
Because they said
there are a few things
that I don't know if they dropped
more than the intro music for Justice League Unlimited.
Because they're doing the same thing with Superman. They said they're releasing the HD and like HD version of the animated series into Max as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not a good show. It's not. It's not a good show.
Hey, it's still in the continuity, so hey, it's there.
I mean, it's not in this continuity, but I mean,
not this continuity, but
it's in the animated continuity, yeah. I mean, look, I think if you're a fan of DC, if you're a fan of the animated films, I think this probably comes the closest to being like any of the animated films by comparison to anything else that they have.
I think my favorite thing about the film total was that future scene of what's to come. Like when they're in the future and it's all injustice, like, you know what I mean? And just seeing who's still there, who's still left around, what they're like. I don't know, just the idea of saying, I would have, depending on if things would have panned out better, I might have been interested to see where this is going forward, but it's not going to happen. But that's probably was my favorite
part. They say that, but be honest.
The idea of Superman being the bad guy is always going to be your favorite thing.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even. Honestly, it wasn't even that. It was more so everything else with everybody and just what happened. Just that
certain
interaction
team
with
everybody. Certain team up that are happening. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, just the talk of Robin, you know what I mean, Joker, mentioning Harley, all that kind of stuff. I think is they're definitely. I mean, they were just dropping you know what I mean, sees or whatever, and seeing Slade, you know what I mean, teamed up with them is
like how did that happen? Huh? Okay.
Yeah,
stuff like
well,
that. Especially with the other scene through in there, like that. Okay.
That's you know what I mean. Like clearly, he let Lois die, and it felt a little crazy. You know, but hearing him say that, like Barry telling him Lois is the key, and then him saying, but I feel like it's more to it than that. Like it's more than just, you know, to Superman. I mean, obviously it is, and obviously it can still be a thing. Obviously, the way that this is set up, the way this ends is, you know, for Darkseid to show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clearly. I don't know what stopped Darkseid from walking through the portal at that moment, though.
Dog, I was waiting for him to just walk through the portal and just attempt to choke Superman. At least, dog, he didn't even yell out.
They just stand there looking, like nothing.
Like I was expecting him to at least say Kryptonian and then like something, like some type of insult.
Yeah, just or be angry. You know what I mean? Like that there was a Kryptonian there, like that, you know, caused it. I'm a little upset that Granny Goodness didn't say a word.
Oh, I was so bummed. I saw that in the preview. I was like, oh.
The side was a little too talkative for me by comparison. I do think that what they cut, again, the original version of this is so bad, and it's way worse now. Trying to watch that now is listen. So here's the thing, because I have to. I mean, y'all know I'm not a fan of Snyder's work, but I have to give absolute credit where credit is due. And there is some credit due here. Steppenwolf's armor alone.
Yeah. Look great.
What he was... As a matter of fact, if you go back and you look at the original Justice League now, it looks terrible. Like, it doesn't look good at all. So when I told you, I saw tweets that were like, man, they stepped up the CG. Like, it's more Marvel level. It's not.
It's not.
But it's closer to Marvel. It's not Marvel level, but it's way closer now than it was, like, at all. Like, you look at what they did and what they released before, and it literally looks like a rush job.
I thought that scene when Flash broke the glass, I thought that looked beautiful.
It did.
That looked amazing.
It's new though. Here's the other thing. I mean, it didn't bother me, but so much. But I'm not a huge fan of them going to like the 4:3 aspect ratio.
That caught me actually.
It threw me off. So I thought I was watching the wrong version at first. I was like, hold up, let me go look at my settings. Did I do something wrong?
For his vision, we need to take this back into the 90s and go 4:3.
I was like, you know what? I was like, okay, this is just how we did it. All right, cool,
whatever. But that was.
My man say the Doom Patrol cyborg way better than Ray Fisher. Hey, that's. Hey, look.
I haven't watched Doom Patrol yet, so
I seen the first season. I can agree with that. I like the Doom Patrol version better of him, but I did like seeing this full flushed out version of him. Like, I like this one too, but I like the Doom Patrol one more.
Yeah, Marcus is saying that they put a lot more time and money into it, and you're right. They put more time and money into it, and I think that here's how I feel about it. If nothing else, this should show Warner Brothers what they need to be doing going forward. What kind of money they need to put into these, you know, these movies, what kind of effort, what kind of time, you know, that if you really do,
and the care.
Yeah, like if you look at it from the perspective where it is now, and you're not trying so hard to get in the theater to compete with what the MCU is doing. You're not just trying. We gotta get something out. We gotta have something to compete with Endgame and Captain Marvel and don't just try to grab something and throw it out the door just to have something. You know, delay it. Hold on to it. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Take your time with it.
Yeah, it just it really does put into perspective. You know, we hear about delays and stuff like that all the time, right? Whether before there was COVID, you'd hear about a delay and people would be upset. Nah, let them have their delay. You know what I mean? Like we talk about it with video games and stuff like that all the time. Let them have their delay. Let them put in the actual time and effort it's going to take to make the product right when you get it. Because what they gave us was some BS by comparison. This is still way too long. They really could have done this in 2 hours. But That's not what it is. So we're gonna judge it by what it is. It is a straight to HBO Max Justice League miniseries pushed all together into one film. That's the way I look at it.
Yep.
This is a made-for-TV movie, Justice League miniseries with big budget movie money behind it, a la WandaVision.
Yep. Captain America. Falcon Winter Soldier. Yeah, it's that just crushed together. Yep.
Let's put big movie budget money behind something that is really designed to go straight to the service. And if they'd have broken it up into individual episodes, I think this joint, and they just called it Zack Snyder's Justice League miniseries, I'd have been like, "Yep, this is how you do it."
I think it'd have been a lot more palatable.
Ended one of them epilogues, and you had to wait till next week. You know what I'm saying? To get that next piece.
I think it'd been a lot easier. It would have been easier for people to digest too. They wouldn't just see or hear 4 hours. They'd be like, "Oh, I ain't got time for all that."
That's true,
right?
Like I'm happy they at least went and threw in the fact that there are these chapters in it for us. So at least when the chapter comes up, if hey, you know what? Let me take this quick 30-minute break. Let me go grab some food because that's literally what I got. What I ended up doing.
Run some errands.
Yeah,
it's just got to the point. I was like, you know what? I got the next one. Pause it. Let me go run out. Let me do what I need to do and just come back and then pull it back and go from there.
Facts, Marcus. They took out that line, man. I was upset. Wait,
that line was in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, it was
Batman vs Superman.
No, but it was in Justice League. So he said it back to back.
He said it back to him. He said it back to him when he shows up at the end of it. When he shows up at after they resurrect him.
Whole CG stash thing.
He's like, I remember you.
I erased
all I remember you, dog.
Yeah. Do you bleed?
Yeah, again, I do have a lot of issues with the inconsistencies in people's abilities and powers. You know what I mean? What they can and can't do. Probably mostly Wonder Woman and Flash. Especially Wonder Woman. But also Flash. Like, my man Flash, at the end of that joint, ran in circles for 20 minutes. My man was like, I can't keep that up much longer. And then he got shot. And then he was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and break the time barrier. Like, what? Wait a minute. I thought you you did it before. You can't keep this up much longer. Then you got shot. Now you gonna speed heal. And you gotta just
that was Flash about to flash this thing. Okay.
It was a straight up Superman.
He did.
Like, I'm just gonna fly around the world and run it back and save Lois moment. Like, it was that I was not happy with. That was actually really bad. That was garbage. that was garbage. That was a garbage ending. Real talk.
It was one of that's DC's move. You know what? Yeah, let's have Flash run it back and fix it. That's what they do. That's what they use Flash for.
I feel like if his running would have looked better, I don't think that part. I don't think it would have messed with me as much. But just the way that it came off, the way that he did it, like I don't know.
Hey, dog, listen. Keep in mind again. I have so many issues with Flash that we'll do this forever, but Flash is fluke because my man be running so fast, but Captain Cole always manages to make my man slip. He gets trip over his own feet, and a regular ass parademon shot my man. While he was running
that parademon anticipated that. That pissed me off.
If that's not the top dog sniper in all of Darkseid's army, bro.
Facts.
Why are you a parademon
right now? Are you kidding me right now? Did he just shoot the Flash? Hold on. Also, they'll never expect a frontal attack. These Bammers had turrets. They had turrets in front of. They're not expecting a frontal attack. They had turrets ready to go, Slim. Listen.
Mounted turrets. They weren't like
this movie. It's way better than the original. Oh, but if you let me tear it apart, I will shred this joint.
I don't know about y'all. I was pissed off that Iris had a Cadillac with the joke down in the rain.
Like, hey, Slim, where you going?
I was like, what?
You was asking for problems already from the jump start. You was asking for problems.
I'm like, why is your top down? It's clearly just rain.
Hey, dog. I have I have some issues. So, that Green Lantern fan service was okay. The Batman and Joker stuff at the end. I mean, all right.
I like.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm you know, he did sort of make another Batman movie, but that's what it should have been. It was really, there was supposed to be a Batman movie. That's really what it comes down to. There was supposed to be a Batman movie. Look, one more time, overall impressions, jokes, go.
Satisfied.
Okay, Sin, go.
Like I said, cool, just too little, too late.
For me, way better than the original version. It's just way too long. That's how I feel. We will be back at 8:30 for cutscenes tonight. It's a lot of video game stuff to talk about, so we'll be back live with the chat and screen. So anybody who wants to jump in, y'all jump in and join us in the chat then. This has been our little discussion on Zack Snyder's Justice League. With that, we are out.